Whoa, hold on for a second. Pay attention to the first orange note. If you watch closely, you'll notice the notes sometimes jump a little bit further down the highway than usual. In this clip, I've greatly exaggerated the effect to make the difference in how much the notes move in a single frame a lot more visible. It's as if a frame of the recording ended up being completely skipped. It's important to note this isn't OBS lag, because then there'd have to be a freeze frame right next to the frame where the notes jump. Going frame by frame, back and forth, such a freeze frame is nowhere to be found. Here's an old Ian video as an example of what OBS lag actually looks like. Going frame by frame, we can see that in addition to the jump, there's a frame where the highway freezes up and doesn't move as much. The lag spikes appear at random intervals, and the motion stays smooth as the skips are compensated for. In Ornej's case, the skips occur at very consistent intervals throughout the entire video, and the motion doesn't feel smooth. The lack of freeze frames indicates the original recording was tampered with, specifically that some frames were dropped from the video, almost as if the recording had more FPS than the final upload was rendered at. This exact effect can be achieved by recording while playing at a slower speed, and then speeding the recorded FC back up in a video editor. OBS records the footage at 60 FPS, and speeding it up causes the frames to come closer together. In this example, to go from a 90% speed clip to a fake 100% speed clip, I need to speed the video up by 11.1%, which results in the footage playing back at 66.6 FPS. If I then render at 60 FPS, because those frames cannot fit into the final render, the renderer has to drop 6.6 frames for each second of the footage, which is roughly 1 frame every 150 milliseconds, showing us the same exact cue visible in Ornej's videos. Taking a look at Shmooey speedhack videos from 2021, this effect is also present. Unlike Shmooey though, Ornej intentionally removes any cues which could be used to easily detect speed hacking, such as the FC ring, beat lines, highway texture, and practice speed. Still, the presence of the skipping effect on its own is evidence beyond a reasonable doubt that Ornej cheated in most of Orntush 2020 and 2021 by slowing the game down while playing. I didn't actually figure any of this out independently. Ornej confessed to me about speed hacking, which led me to look at his videos in more detail. Only then, having already known the FCs had been speed hacked, I was able to figure out the cue that provides undeniable evidence. I've asked Ornej to come clean about this publicly, but as some time has passed and Ornej didn't seem willing to do so, you're now watching this video. After spending some time checking Ornej's videos for the cue, I believe Ornej cheated most, if not all of his accomplishments, starting from around September 2020 up to January 2022. Amongst others, this includes his Madness March Kamikaze FC, Genuwife FC, Infinite Ammo Overcharge FC, Supernovae Uber Solo sections, and Supernovae Solo 150 sections. Judging based on the frequency of the skipping effect, I believe he usually went down to 90% speed. After Shmooey was outed in January 2022, Ornej restored the FC ring and later started playing on ScoreSpy. I strongly believe he hasn't cheated since then, which would mean he spent the last year and a half playing legitimately. Ornej unlisted all of his videos around February 2023, stating that he cannot play the character he created anymore. I believe he's referring to it becoming increasingly difficult for him to continue pretending his cheated FCs are real. Since then, he's been trying to quietly inform people of the illegitimacy of his FCs. For example, whenever someone in his Discord server asks about Orntush, he responds that it was fake anyway. I think most people think he's referring to Overtap when saying this, unknowing he had actually speed hacked them. He's also put some amount of effort into getting his cheated FCs legitimately, as he's recently FC'd Genuwife on ScoreSpy. I will say that I think he could still be trying to hide overtap of some sort, as he records his ScoreSpy FCs using an external interviewer rather than the one provided by ScoreSpy. This makes it much harder to check for extreme overtap abuse. With high polling rate gameplay, external interviewers are practically useless and shouldn't be considered to add any extra credibility to any FC. And remember,
this is what you guys are arguing over.